If those tips helped you, if you feel like they made sense to you, then you're going to love the Gift of Goodbye video workshop. I've created for you a set of 12 videos with guided meditations and worksheets that will help you to explore the 12 different facets of love. The program comes to you with 2 videos each week covering a 6-week period. And with every video, you're going to be doing some deep reflection work. You'll be lifting the veil, taking a look at what's really underneath you. For those who work with cars, lifting the hood, seeing what's under there, and taking a real deep breath and learning how to release some old programming, some old pieces of self, of other people's words and values, and finding the good that comes when we say bye-bye to all those things that aren't us anymore, to all those things that we thought we were, but we find out, hey, it's not even my thought. Wait, I don't believe that. Why is that program still running? So if you take a moment, let me walk you through the 12 pieces. Video number 1 begins with a trip into ourself. It is a lovely guided meditation where we get to meet our present self and our past self, and we get to talk to ourselves and really see, how do we view ourselves? When we think about us, oftentimes we view ourselves by other people's comments, by what other people say about us. We really take that into our hearts, and somehow we store that information in our minds, in our spiritual organs, our chakras, and we start believing those things about us. But in order to really know who you are now, and what you believe, it's time we really have to go inside and take a look. The second video then explores, how are we in relationship to others? So if you think about the zodiac, I'm going to really be examining, the first house was number 1, and our second video was the 7th house. How are we in partnerships and relationship with others? So it's time for us to kind of bring in maybe some old friends and examine how we've been relating to others in love. How are we acting? It's time to kind of go back and see, were we really open in our heart relationships with others? How many defenses were we using when we were in that relationship with someone that we really thought would last? We need to look at, how authentic were we in bringing in love to others? So those are the first 2 videos. The third video explores how we look at ourselves in terms of self-worth. And this would be house 2 of the zodiac. What are our values? Do we really value ourselves? Where is our worth? Where are our standards? What is important to us when it comes to love, loving ourselves? And do we even love ourselves? What have we been holding back from ourselves? How have we been denying ourselves? What can we let go of and say goodbye to, so that we can be authentic and really stand on our values? Because we certainly can't have an intimate relationship with others if we refuse to be intimate with ourselves. And that's video 4, looking at ourselves and our intimate relationships, like house 8, and seeing how we need to transform and let go and revisit that sensual nature within us. Have we been denying our sensualness? Have we been denying loving ourselves with others? Have we been stopping that part of us that just wants to say, rah, that really enjoys the sexual aspect of ourselves? How have we been with that? Have we really been honest and true? And have we maybe allowed ourselves to attach to people just for the sake of that sexual energy, and really been denying the loving piece that we need, the part that says, I adore you and I want to be loved, I want to feel that intimacy with someone. Um, those are the second two videos. All right. Our next two videos cover houses 3 and 9 and 4 and 10. Now, in house 3, when we look at the zodiac, it's where we have gathered our thoughts and our beliefs. It is about how we think. It is things that we learn from our experiences with neighbors, with friends. It's ruled by the sign of Gemini, and it's how we communicate. So this next video, number 3, is going to really look at how are we thinking about love? What are our thoughts and beliefs? And what I love about this one is that we examine the radio towers that we have been broadcasting to the universe, to those who we're trying to attract in our life, and looking at which towers are speaking the loudest about what we believe about love, what we believe about loving ourselves. And that is really a powerful meditation. I can't wait to take you through it. I can tell you that this meeting of the minds, when we see what we've really been telling people, you'll just be shocked. I couldn't believe all the negative things I was putting out, and all my radio towers that were saying, oh, I'm so happy, I want love, I love love, I'm a really fabulous person. So small. They were about this tiny, and all the radio towers that said, get away, I'm afraid, I can't have love right now, were huge. So I think you're going to love that meditation. And then we take a look at house 9. So that's the next video in that series. And we're going to look at what does it mean to look at love from a higher vantage point. It's about our philosophies and about how we view loving ourselves in the world. Like, what books have we been reading? What thoughts have we been thinking? What are we basing our concepts of love on? From maybe our religious thinking, from our philosophies, from sense of spirituality. What are we really looking at? What rules and regulations are we putting on love? It's so fascinating when we really get to see how others kind of view us when we talk about love and relationships. So that's going to be a really fun one. The next two series that will come to you, and this is going to be week 4, that's going to be working with houses 4 and 10. And that fourth video is looking at childhood. Oh, I'm going to really dig deep and look at how our family or family traditions have kind of positioned us to look at love in certain ways, to make us think that, how we need love, how we view love, that this is how you should adopt it too. I told you my story earlier about how the matriarchs in our family just really thought that, hey, this is kind of what we should be thinking about, that we really shouldn't be loving ourselves, and, we just need security. Yeah, that wasn't working for me. When you say, how is that working for you? And it's not. Yeah, that's exactly how it wasn't working for me. So we're going to examine that in the fourth video. And then we're going to go to house 10 and look at how we've become an authority in love. How are we in owning our power when we're in relationships with others? House 10 is really about our reputation. What is our reputation like? I don't know, there was a movie a while back, and someone decided to go back and look at how they were seen in their love relationships. And very fortunately for him, some of the women were able to tell him exactly how they saw him. And he really learned that he was really not authentic in love, that how he was presenting himself, how he was viewing himself, had no basis in his spiritual beliefs, and that really he had not been putting out kind of a good presentation of himself. So by looking at how we are authoring our life and taking time to re-author our life. Oh, this is going to be fun because we get to make new statements. We get to re-author ourselves and say, this is how I want to tell my story, that I don't care what my past was. I'm not going to author my story like that again. And it's just going to be fabulous. All right, our last two video series, 5 and 11, and 6 and 12. I can't wait for these. These are so fun. House 5 is all about the ability to self-express. And so when we're looking at the things that we're going to say goodbye to in House 5, it is our fear of expressing ourselves, fear of sharing who we are in an authentic way. It is letting go of our fear of being the artist and the creator in our life, fear of birthing something new. And I have to tell you, boy, this was a hard one. This video series that I'm giving to you definitely is my birth. It is connected to my sacral chakra. It is my highest expression of love that I'm sharing with all of you because I want people not to suffer anymore, to feel that pain, that abandonment, that peace that says, I'll never be worthy of love. It's the worst. And I want you to be able to birth yourself. I want you to be able to share your gifts and not be afraid to do so. And, I do have the love of my life to thank for that, offering me confidence. I have to say, even though friends can tell you things are good, you know how it is. When you're in love and someone says, oh, you have something that's powerful, don't stop. Yay, this makes you feel good. So thank you to him. And then we're going to look at House 11. And House 11 is where we're going to take what we're doing for ourselves, birthing this expression that we're sharing in the world, and we're going to love it so much that we're going to get with other like-minded groups, and we're going to put it out for the world to see. Because there's one thing that you can do. See, House 5 is all about letting go of our fears of actually creating something, but House 11 is about sharing that on social media, sharing that in a group, sharing that with others, even if that means that you're just doing small things on Facebook, even if it means that you're giving things away for free. It's just about the gift. And that's the gift of House 11, letting go of that fear and being able to give that gift of yourself to others in a very visual way. And the thing is, when we do that, you can't imagine the kind of helpful friends you get. I have to tell you, this section of the video really is probably going to be one of my favorites because you really get to do that artistic work, that visualization of what you want to bring into manifestation. And how fun is that? All right, so that's 5 and 11, houses 5 and 11. And then our last two sets of videos cover houses 6 and 12. And of course, house 6 is learning how to serve and love. And it's represented by the Lover's card. And this one is just going to help us reinforce how we love ourselves. And that by loving ourselves, we can bring in such beautiful relationships. That by being willing to serve, I'm getting so excited. By being willing to serve, we often are able to bring in our love relationships, because with House 11, we put ourselves out there, right? We're showing ourselves to the world. We're ecstatic. We're honing and bringing in that unconditional love to ourselves, right? Seeing how we can just treasure ourselves and wrap ourselves with love and affection. And then we get to bring that to the world. Then we're going to look at House 12, and we're going to finally let go of any fears that we've had. This is going to be a very deep reflection, because we're really looking at how we've been putting ourselves on the cross. This house 12 happens to deal with the hangman. And the hangman is all about where we've just not seen ourselves from the right perspective. So we're going to really turn things around and look at ourselves from a new way, a new perspective, seeing ourselves as authentic and saying, what if? What if I was this powerful diva? What if I was this authentic and divine love? What if I was a gift? How am I going to share that with others? How do I want to show up? How am I going to bring this love into my life and carry it forward so that it is within me always? So, are you ready? Are you ready to say yes and do something that your future self will love you for? Are you ready to come into yourself and join in and say, I want to be the love I've been looking for, and I want to attract the love that I've been waiting for out there? Then join me on the journey of seeing yourself as sacred and saying goodbye to all those things that don't serve us anymore and opening and awakening to the divine butterfly within ourselves. How do you do that? The details are below, but I can tell you that our video workshop sells for $95 for all 12 videos. They will come directly to your email. You get 2 every week. Each video contains guided meditations, worksheets, and extra special goodies that will help you see yourself as divine. Or you can decide that you'd like to maybe take this up a notch. Do you think you have trouble maybe doing a video series by yourself and you'd like to have my help? So upgrade to the series where it's $395 and you will get to have 2 private sessions with me working on the issues that you find difficult to kind of let go of, things that you need to reveal. There's going to be one group seminar that we're going to do, and it's going to be fun. You'll also get, I forgot, my special gift, the diamond reading season with your $395 package. You also get 100 minutes of questions, divinely related angel readings with me for 3 months. So within those 3 months that you have that certificate, you can email me, you can Skype me, and we'll connect. And you get 100 minutes of my undivided time to answer any of your questions about maybe your love relationship that's coming in, or about your soulmate that you'd like to attract, or maybe just about yourself, anything that you'd like to ask. But all of that is yours. And I have to say, you're also going to have a Facebook group for those of you who are on Facebook, and I recommend you do, because this is going to be our private Facebook session where every week I get to come on and we get to chit chat on Facebook, ask your questions. I love adding special oracle readings. I send up divine angel cards and life purpose cards to help motivate you and keep you on track. So with this $395 package, you're going to get a lot, and you'll have me and my services to help you walk through all the things that might frighten you. And you get our group teleseminar, which is going to be fun, where I'll have a special guest that I'm going to bring in. Yay! I love my friends. Who's going to help us talk about letting go. Anyway, think about it, right? What do you have to lose? Except the sadness. What do you have to say goodbye to except the dark shadows? And what do you have to bring in? The gift of love and living in the present.